What is up, YouTube? This is your boy Nick here. I got my homeboy Chris returning, and today we're gonna be doing part one of our predictions for the 32nd annual WrestleMania presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies. Now, before we get started, I just want to send out congrats to all the Hall of Fame inductees, such as Sting, The Godfather, The Fabulous Freebirds, Jacqueline, Big Boss Man, Stan Hansen, and our celebrity inductee Snoop Dogg. And for the Warrior Award, Joan London, you guys deserve it. Congrats. Alright guys, we're gonna get started with the kickoff show. And for the first time ever, the kickoff show will be live on the USA Network, so check it out this Sunday. The first match on the kickoff show is a 10 Divas tag team match between the Total Divas, Paige, Natalya, Brie Bella, Alicia Fox, and Eva Marie. They will be going up against Team Bad and Blonde, Lana, Summer Rae, Tamina Snuka, Emma, and Naomi. Honestly, this was just announced last night on Monday Night Raw, but I'm gonna have to go with the Total Divas because out of all of them, Paige, Natalya, Brie Bella, and Alicia Fox have won the Divas title. And they have more experience. Now, what about you? Who are you going for?
Total Divas, because they also have more experience than the other group.
That is true. Alright guys, now we move on to our tag team match between the Usos and the Dudleys. Now for weeks, the Dudley Boys have talked about the Usos family, about their father, Hall of Famer Rikishi. And the Dudleys have made it personal. Now, the number one question that we have to ask ourselves is, when it comes to WrestleMania, will Ring Rust be involved with the Dudleys? Honestly, I think so, but again, I'm gonna have to go with the Dudleys, because I think that even with the WrestleMania Ring Rust, I do believe that the Dudley Boys will be able to beat the Usos. What about you?
For me, it's going to be the Usos. With the experience they have as tag teams and the titles they won, it's got to go to the Usos.
That's true, but you also have to look at the amount of tag team titles that the Dudleys have won from ECW, WCW, WWE, and other multiple wrestling promotions.
So true.
All right, guys. Now we move on to the final match of the final match of the kickoff show. It is the inaugural Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Now, the last two winners that we had Cesaro from WrestleMania 30, and then last year's Battle Royal we had the Big Show. Now, for me, I think that to be the all-time favorite, I think it's gonna be Curtis Axel, because he mentioned that he was never eliminated from the 2015 Royal Rumble, and at last year's Andre the Giant Battle Royal, it took literally 30 guys just to eliminate him. So for him, his strategy would have to be divide and conquer. What about you?
I'm going to have to go with the Big Show if he decides to enter, because he's won some Royal Rumbles, and he's sometimes and always ended on top. So
that's true. But it is true that the Big Show will be involved in the inaugural Andre the Giant Battle Royal. But you also have to look at who else is involved. You have Kane, the Social Outcast, Goldust, R-Truth, and so many others. Alright guys, now we move on to the Intercontinental title, and it will be contested in a ladder match, as Kevin Owens will be defending the Intercontinental title against Stardust, Sin Cara, Zack Ryder, The Miz, Dolph Ziggler, and Sami Zayn. Now, honestly, this match seems, according to Kevin Owens, this match seems to be a mismatch for him. But the reality is that it's his own fault. He asked Stephanie McMahon a couple of weeks ago on Raw to make a triple threat match where the winner will face him for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania.
That was a mistake.
That is true. It was a huge mistake for Kevin Owens. Stephanie McMahon made it a ladder match. For me to be the odds-on favorite, Sami Zayn, no doubt, because he has a lot of beef with Kevin Owens, and the fact the fact that this rivalry goes back over 13 years. So if he can actually get his hands on Kevin Owens in this match, then he'll have a shot to win the Intercontinental title. What about you? Who are you going for?
I'm going with Sin Cara because of all the agility he has and with some experience in the match. So my perspective goes to Sin Cara.
Yeah, but again, you also have to look at some of the other competitors that are in this match who have experience with ladders. You have The Miz,
Dolph Ziggler,
and Stardust. Not to mention Kevin Owens, who last year at NFC Takeover Brooklyn, he went up against Finn Balor for the NXT title in a ladder match. Obviously, he lost, which you guys can check it out on the WWE Network. So yeah, but I mean, Sami Zayn and Sin Cara are indeed the odds-on favorites. Alright guys, now we move on to a match that was just announced last night on Monday Night Raw. Yes, it is true. The phenomenal AJ Styles will actually get his match with Chris Jericho live this Sunday at WrestleMania. Now, as we've seen in the past few months, AJ Styles has proven to us as fans anyway that he can compete with the rest of them. He has traveled all over the world, and I've seen him compete. I've seen him compete in multiple New Japan Pro Wrestling matches, Ring of Honor, and many other companies. But you also have to look at what Jericho has done over the last 17 years. Multiple world titles, 9-time Intercontinental Champion, the creator of the Money in the Bank, the only superstar who has been in more Elimination Chamber matches than any other superstar that we know. But the number one question that we have to ask ourselves, much like the Dudleys with Jericho, will WrestleMania Ring Rust get involved? Honestly, I think so. The last time we saw him at WrestleMania, it was at WrestleMania 29 when he lost to Fandango. Honestly, this match seems to be even because both of these superstars have traveled all over the world, being a part of WCW and many other companies. So for me, I'm putting this down the middle. What about you?
For me, it's gonna have to be it's gonna be Y2J because he has experience. He knows the better any matches than Sami Zayn or AJ Styles. My bad.
That's true, but you also have to look at the experience overall. Jericho has been competing all over the world for about 20 plus years, but Styles has been doing it for even more. So you have to look at the experience. All right, guys. Now we move on to our second tag team match. It is the New Day against the League of Nations. Now for weeks the League of Nations have been in a Twitter war with the New Day, and all four members have had their tag team title shots with the New Day, only to end up losing because the New Day have used the 3-man advantage against them. But this Sunday at WrestleMania, that advantage will backfire because the League of Nations have the 4-man advantage.
It's true, strength in numbers, and they have the numbers.
For me, I'm gonna have to go with the League of Nations because of the 4-man advantage, and the fact that the League of Nations has more experience than all 3 members of New Day combined will give them the major advantage. What about you?
League of Nations, because they do have the advantage in numbers, experience, statistics. That's pretty much it. I don't know anything else. else.
That's okay. That's okay. But but what's ironic is that the last time we saw Alberto Del Rio at WrestleMania, it was at WrestleMania 30, a part of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and we have not seen him at WrestleMania 6. So for Del Rio, I think that the ring rust will be a factor in this match, no doubt. All right, guys, that is it for part 1. If you enjoyed this video, post comment below, like, subscribe for more. And this is your boy Nick, alongside my homeboy Chris, signing off. Stay tuned for part 2 later on.